allegedly R. Kelly's nutritionist. She had something else. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, she very close to R. Kelly apparently, and she was giving her perspective on the whole R. Kelly thing, and as her friend. So anyway, as we were listening, she mentioned how the girls or ladies that are involved were victims. I mean that she felt that they weren't being victims. Were not victims. So when we heard that encouraged us to kind of do a show on that, because it's like, who's to say, who are you or anybody else? And I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just speaking the real. Nobody can understand being a victim unless you're in it. Am I saying that right, Miss Vicky?
Yeah. Well, basically, what you're saying is that if you have no experience in that area, a lot of times people can be narrow-minded and judgmental and have zero empathy. Now, there are some people who have empathy and they aren't narrow-minded, and so those people are better fit to talk to someone that's a victim, or that can chime into those type of topics or conversations, or even go into that type of field of counseling or whatever to work with victims. However, a lot of people that have not experienced something or being a victim, they can be very judgmental, because first of all, they have zero understanding. Mm-hmm. They don't understand. The first thing is they were like, well, why didn't you just leave? And
yes,
why did you allow them to do that to you? And all those things.
And I think that's where I felt, in my opinion, that's where she was coming from when she said she felt that they're not victims because they could have left any time.
And she said that they were thoughts, which is an old term. It used to be called strawberries.
Okay. Oh, they done brought the slang word up. Okay, so it's not strawberry no more. It's thong or what?
No, thought.
Thought. Excuse me. I'm not talking about the underwear. And I don't wear those. They too much for me. But I know people out there that wear that kind of underwear. Anyway, moving on. Getting serious, okay. So, anyway, that was her perspective. So, I'm saying so too many times. Let me stop. Okay, so we're going to do a definition. And it took us a while to look up this definition because all different dictionaries have a different perspective. And we were going back and forth and we wasn't feeling it. So, this was the first one that we felt, we could be comfortable with. A victim is someone who has been hurt or killed. Number 2, a victim is someone who has suffered as a result of someone else's actions or belief, or as a result of unpleasant circumstances. So, with that number 2 definition, I really still feel, even though she feels that they're not a victim, okay, let's go back to what she said. She feels they're not a victim because they willingly wanted to stay there. They could have left when they wanted. But as number 2 lets you know, is someone who has suffered as a result of someone else's action or belief, or as a result of unpleasant circumstances. Okay, we go with her perspective. They may be okay now, but they get a wake-up call and be like, I'm sick and tired, enough is enough, I'm gonna go. And then whatever else they had to go through. It was even said that he locked them up and didn't feed them. And his friend on the air was like, she didn't believe that either. And if he did that, why you didn't go to jail? So anyway.
Well, also, a lot of times people, a lot of the girls that came into his environment, they were probably already victims. They had probably already experienced victimization.
And when I say
that is they, because he preyed upon, according to the information that we've gathered so far, supposedly he preyed upon, because I don't want to say he did for sure, because I don't
allegedly,
know. Yes. Allegedly, he preyed upon certain type of females. And so a strong, high self-esteem female would not have been in that situation.
Okay.
So they more than likely had low self-esteem. They possibly have been, experienced some things in their life that even caused them to want to be with somebody like that, So...
And I agree with you, but can I add this? Could it be Also, the fact that he was R. Kelly. Oh wow!
Of course.
Let me go kick it.
But I'm gonna tell you, when I was coming up,
okay,
I had opportunity to go and hang out with celebrities, and I'm not saying that I didn't have, because I have experience being a victim in my life too.
Okay.
However, I'm saying when I was a young girl, I had opportunity to go and get on videos and go and be with, what do they call them when they chase celebrities and stuff? I forget what you call them.
Paparazzi?
No, not paparazzi. I'm talking about regular folk, just fans.
Okay, yes.
Oh man, I can't think of the terminology. Maybe it'll come to me
Groupies?
later. Yeah, I could have been a groupie and follow celebrities, and I could have been in those environments
but why didn't you?
But I didn't want to. That wasn't my thing.
So you're saying your self-esteem was high?
As, in that area. In that area it was. I wouldn't even go. I was hearing that they was having orgies and all that kind of stuff. That was not my cup of tea. Yeah. So I'm just saying that just because it was R. Kelly, that don't mean that everybody is going to say, oh, okay, I'm going to go. Oh, now, a lot of the girls were seeking their careers as singers. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then some of them just, was looking for love. And a lot of those artists, they have fans that fall in love with them too.
Yes.
Because I'm going to tell you, I was a Michael Jackson. I thought Michael Jackson was going to be my husband as far as I was concerned when I was a little girl.
Shut up. She just now telling me that.
When he was chocolate... When he was chocolate and had the nose, the big nose and everything, like I liked it. I liked his features. And so coming up, I used to be like, that's my husband, that's who I'm marrying. Okay. So I'm just saying, like, they probably did the same thing, possibly. Okay. Some of them might have really, because sometimes people go to concerts and they be screaming and hollering and crying over these artists.
Yes.
So
thank you for that tidbit, ladies and gentlemen. I did not know until right now she wanted Michael Jackson to be her husband, and I was the biggest fan, and she never shared that with me. Okay, boy, the truth comes out at night.
That was
excuse me. The truth comes out. The truth comes out in the daytime.
I was like, I don't like him that color.
The truth comes out in the daytime.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to another word, enable. So.
That's funny. Like, I just have to say this. That's funny how it's you need to consider when you choose your mate if you can evolve with them. So I couldn't have evolved with Michael Jackson because I'm sorry, I couldn't evolve with all them sex jobs.
She said evolve.
I said sex job. I didn't mean to say sex job. I meant to say the surgeries. I couldn't evolve with him with the plastic surgery and with the skin lightening and all. I couldn't have evolved with that.
She wouldn't have been able to give him unconditional love.
On a side note, when I heard Tamar, I'm going to use Tamar Braxton as an example, and only because she said this on a reality show, so it's something I'm repeating that was said. It ain't nothing that a gossip person said or nothing like that.
Okay.
And so, what happened was when her husband had wanted to lose weight, and he needed to lose it because of his health problem. She was mad. She was like, I like him chunky.
Okay.
I like him thickums.
Okay. Thickums.
I don't want him losing weight. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, when we look for our mate, we have to, consider if we want to evolve with them. Like men.
There she go with that evolve word.
Women small, and then as they get bigger, they be like, you need to lose weight. Well, you needed to consider that when when
y'all should discuss that.
At the mom or the grandmother to see if they gonna get some hips and all that kind of stuff.
So how sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, how sometimes they tell you to go to counseling before you get married. Find out all these things, and then sometimes when you go to counseling, you don't find out everything. So I guess Ms. Vicky is saying, as far as Tamar's example, they should have discussed that. I don't want you getting skinny, Anyway, moving on. So I'm not trying to continue on R. Kelly, but I'm trying to segue into our next another word. Is it possible that the people were around him? Because it's all different stories. We got one side saying he didn't do none of that. Then we got another side saying he did a lot of stuff. So let's.
I got something to say.
Okay, go ahead. I'm just trying to get to enabler. Can we get there? I'm trying to.
Well, yeah. Okay. This will take us direct us in that, transition us to that. But what happened was I was listening to a podcast, and I forget it was some celebrity guy or somebody that worked with celebrities, but he made a good point. He said, and he even actually used Michael Jackson as well.
Okay.
But he was like, I'm not saying he did it, but he just as guilty as somebody that did do it because you were warned.
Okay.
You were warned. People were saying, dude, you need to watch that. Or, if you hearing these different accusations, you done already been charged before and you beat it. Like, why are you still around these young girls?
Okay.
Why are you putting yourself in that situation?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And he said the same thing about Michael Jackson. He was like, if you know people are saying all these things, if you know that it's turning into where it's almost like becoming criminal, why are you putting yourself in that position? Why aren't you doing something to avoid that type of situation? Okay. He said, if it was me, you'd be looking at me crazy because I'd be going with some 80-year-old women. I'd be going with some 70.
Stupid.
He said, I'll be a senior citizen. Like, this is my girl.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
And proud about
I'm just, all jokes aside.
Yes.
The point is that, he put himself, he made himself look guilty even by thinking that, I can do whatever I want to do.
Because I'm Michael Jackson.
And R. Kelly.
Yes.
So, but in the midst of that, there was a lot of people in the environment that stayed because he was one that said, dude, I'm deuces. I'm out of here because I can't even deal with this type of situation.
Oh.
Like the person that I'm talking about that was on the podcast.
Okay.
He was one of the people who was like, I can't even, co-sign on this type of behavior. Like, dude, I don't even get caught up with it.
Okay.
But there were some people that actually stayed. And so that's where you can come into the part where the enabling part. Like they allow, they helped. There's some people that help with this situation.
Yes, help. Yeah, they know it's happening, but they want to ignore it.
What is the definition you were trying to share about enabler?
Okay, so we have 3 different definitions. So we're going to read them and then we'll let you know what fit with what we're talking about. To make able, give power, means competence or ability to authorize.
Wait, you didn't read that right.
Yes.
So make able.
Yes.
Give power.
Yes.
And then they're saying give power, like give means.
Okay.
Competence or ability to authorize.
Okay.
So it's like you giving them all this stuff.
Okay.
You want to go to the next one? Or you want me to read it?
You go ahead, read it. Teamwork.
I just want to read the sentence under the definition we just said. This document will enable him to pass through the enemy lines unmolested.
Okay.
So it's saying that you giving them a pass.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
In that area, whatever we're talking about, because that's people are enablers to drug addicts too, or abusers or whatever.
Okay.
The next one is to make possible or easy.
Okay.
So that was a lot of that was going on. I used to hear all kind of stuff way before any allegations were out.
Pertaining to R. Kelly.
Yes.
Okay.
To make ready, equip, and often it's used in a combination. So, yeah. So those are the 3 definitions that we came up with that basically is just saying the position that a lot of people were in.
Okay.
That, while he was behaving in the way that he was behaving, I don't even care if he was in a state where it was legal to have sex with a 16-year-old. That's still crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care if our forefathers had
forefathers.
Yeah, because it's true.
Okay.
My grandparents were together, and my great grandmother had her first child at 12. One of my grandmothers, she had her first child somewhere around the same age. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know that my grandfather, both of them, great grandfather and my grandfather, were at least 18 or older.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that, okay, so what if they got away with that? Now, it's a lot of stuff you can't get away with anymore. Okay. You know what I'm saying? The laws are being enforced.
Amen.
So we're not giving excuses like an enabler would.
Yeah, so we're also giving you documentation. We're not just coming up with stuff off the top of our head, even though me and Vicky do that on a regular basis when we having fun. But this is serious. We just can't make up stuff. So we found the article from Addiction Center, and it's given the 7 signs of an enabler. We're not going to go through the whole 7 signs, but I like what they said. Where is it at? I want to add to the definition we found in the dictionary. It says many times an enabler wishes to deny all the facts represented right in front of them to protect their loved one and hold on to them. I think that nips it in the tail. Are you in agreement with that, Miss Vicky?
I do, yes.
Alrighty. So, we